set. Excuse me as I check my volume. Okay, maybe I could like increase it slightly a bit there. It's possible because I'm behind the mic. Either way. Hello, we're back with Danganronpa. Let's quickly press continue because either way we are going to be in case number 3 of the class trial prep. So it already feels like it's been a week, but it feels like it's been a super long time since I've last played this game. So let's have a look at all the truth bullets, review all of our notes. I'm really lost on who it could be. I mean, there is also the possibility that all the suspects that we have are just, you know, you've gotten used to them more and more, and it's just how could they have done this? Either way, let's read all of the truth bullets that we have. There are 2 victims this time, Ibuki Miyoda and Hiyoko Seonji. Ibuki Miyoda's cause of death was crushed the windpipe as a result of choking. There are no other external injuries. Hiyoko Seonji's cause of death was blood loss due to her throat being slit by a sharp-edged tool. It appears her death was instant. Okay. Next, there were bloodstains on the soles of Ibuki's feet, which, so far, what everyone in the game is thinking is that Ibuki died first and then Hiyoko, but I'm thinking it's the other way around. A rope used for hanging. The rope used for hanging. According to Mikan, there is no doubt that the cause of Ibuki's death was her hanging herself with this rope. Okay? The key to the motel room that Hiyoko was staying in, it was buried deep inside her kimono, so it was pretty difficult to retrieve. Thick scrap paper that was stuck to the baton lighting. A black curtain at the very back of the music venue stage. It is not wide enough to reach the sides of the stage. It looks like it was brought from the supermarket and not something that was originally here. Which, again, the curious question is why this was the case. A stepladder was found on the music venue stage, tipped on its side. On its left side, a slight bloodstain can be seen. A candle was found at the front of the music venue. It looks like the dim light seen in the surveillance camera video was actually light from this candle, which I'm curious of how this is going to play into the likes of things, but okay. A surveillance camera unit put inside the music venue for communication purposes. It's been smashed to pieces and no longer works. AC was cranked up to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It was extremely hot inside the music venue because of that, which messed with the time of death. Evidence that a blood stain was wiped off the floor of the music venue stage. Since Ibuki had no open wounds, it's believed the blood belonged to Hiyoko. Okay, this has not come into play. We only see it mentioned once, so it's gonna come to play in the class trial whenever Chiak decides to reveal what she knows. A strange glove that was stuck to where both music venue doors touched each other. Mikan's account. Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterward, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. The video that Hajime saw at the hospital, it shows a person dressed in a hospital gown wearing a hemp bag on their head as they willingly climbed a stepladder toward a noose. After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater and Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently, Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Hello, regulator. Hiyoko was distraught because her kimono was disabled and she was unable to tie it on her own. That's when Sonia apparently told her about the full-length mirror in the music venue storage. Curious. I feel like with any of these things, so I want to review. So he met with Mikan from the hospital. They checked the movie theater in Electric Ave. Didn't find anyone. Apparently, Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Okay, the invitation ticket prepared by Monokuma. 1 ticket was passed out per person, and the date it was passed out is printed on the ticket. The Monami tote bag that was sold at the movie theater. It's a limited item because only 1 person can buy it. Apparently, you can get a bag for free when you purchase it. Sorry, I just thought of something, and the movie that Monokuma directed. There were a total of 3 deaths in the movie. First, Monami's scarecrow died by hanging herself. Next, Monami line was pumped full of arrows. Finally, Monami Tin Man died by getting chopped up into metal pieces. There were 2 victims this time. Ibuki. Okay, we reached it. So, I don't know why. I had the crazy thought. What happened if Mikan was the culprit? I don't know. Like, I can think of a motivation towards Hiyoko the most. I don't know where Ibuki comes into play, or if she was just, I don't know, a scapegoat. Or if it was just, I don't know, wrong time. But then the movie, how does the movie come into play? We'll see. We don't really have any clue with this class trial. So, anything else I need to review? So let's just review the skills that I've got, which is not many to be honest. Slight increase in focus gauge, effective during class trial. Slightly increases the time limit of each phase, so more time, aka more points, I guess. Increased influence gauge recovery when correct answers are chosen, effective when making choices or selecting a truth bullet. Increases the power of the silencer, this is the one, since apparently things need to be double tapped at times. Hopefully not triple tap. Neural liberation. Focus gauge decreases at a slower rate, which gives AK should give me more time. And is that it? Fine sword. Increases sharpness. Effective during Rebuttal Showdown. Okay. So I think that is everything. So let's get with the class trial. It's gonna be nice and easy on my voice. Here we go. Yes, I am as prepared as I can be.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
You and me both.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Is Kazuichi looking sus? I don't know. Everyone's a suspect. I don't know who could
Empty
be.
head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
We shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't. Okay.
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought, but the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
There you go. But, I mean, you have to... It's... Actually, I mean, it makes sense for him to question it.
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
I wish he wouldn't say that with such a happy face. It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I should have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. I shouldn't have explained it. Okay, so now I have to... Motel room key, surveillance camera unit... Huh? I have no idea.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Here we go. Okay, I was waiting for him, like, what's the thing here that's supposed to help me? It's the movie invitation, because we didn't see it until a lot later.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
Let's just get all of these.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
Okay, here it comes.
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
No, that's wrong! I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Yeah, I was thinking about once I clicked the thing, I'm like, wait, didn't you tell me I'm the one who should keep the ticket?
Huh?
Oh my god, this guy.
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
That's it, there's no, I mean, you could easily say that anyone else in the group could question Hajime anyway, so this would have come up at some point, even if Nagito wasn't the one to bring it up.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
Oh my god.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes!
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music venue. Yuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Hotel room key, scrapper keeper, stepladder, semi-transparent blob. Maybe it's this?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Sorry, I'm just trying to get these.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The person's remark contradicts... Huh?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
The transparent blob. Maybe that...
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Yeah, this is the only thing I can think
Are you
of.
talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
So I'm assuming...
By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside
It's the inside statement.
waited till we gathered together
So I have to wait.
and suddenly appeared.
I'll just get these.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
It's the only thing I can think of, though, so... At the same time, we
The
don't
killer
really
was
know
still
much
inside
about
the music venue.
transparent blob, so...
By locking the door from the inside.
Oh,
No, that's wrong!
okay.
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber.
I see!
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
Akane, no, don't. Please don't try later after this.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, Only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Okay, that was... Figure out what it is. Oh, what am I doing? Wallpaper? Oh no, not this. What is that scrap paper? Okay, I'm just gonna... Meantime... Oh! I did that by accident. So it is wallpaper. Okay. So I need an A. Ah. Hold on. Oh wait, I need that. Oh my god. Need an A if you can. No! Oh, connected together. Great, thank you. No! Oh my god, I keep like reflexively just destroying things. Okay. Time there's an A, please. There's too many things. Hey. Oh my god.
I got it!
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there?
You're right.
Sorry.
If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
Did you guys bring the wallpaper over? Like, how are you doing this?
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
So is it trying to say that the wallpaper was hiding Hyoko's body? Like, when we got in, it was set up so she couldn't be seen?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
The scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. It is connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body. If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Is this the logic drive? Yeah, okay. Hold on, I do need to see what the... Okay, move, accelerate. Right mouse button is brake. Jump is the left mouse button. Okay. The mouse is to move? Really? Oop. Okay, I'm going too slow right now, but... Oop. Anytime you want to come up with a question... Okay. It was hidden. There. Okay, question 2. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. Okay, hi. One single lane road. Jump. Oh boy. Okay, question 3. How did they formed a wall, they covered the pillar? Alright, we got all 3 of the logic drives, and now we're heading to Rainbow. Awesome. Did much better than last time.
It's all coming together! I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
What? Maybe the killer committed an imitation murder so they could... Hajime, you shouldn't make things up and try to confuse everyone. Yeah, I actually don't. I'm a bit lost. The reason they killed 2 victims in the movie...
I see!
Okay.
The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Okay.
Then, Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
I mean, maybe it's because the entire time I've always thought that Ibuki was killed after Hiyoko. So even when they were talking about it, I forgot that they still believe that.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather.
What are you talking about?
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
I mean, Chiaki, why don't you just say it?
You're one to talk!
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Is this the blood on the feet? Blood on the soles, there we go. Oh, it's like literally the first option. Great. Okay.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Okay, that's not...
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that! Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
Okay. Why are we doing a reveal showdown?
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But, are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know!
Gundam, you're acting very strange.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now! You better entertain me to the fullest!
Okay, what the hell? Okay, let's maybe try going for this and see. Because I really don't know.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about what did you see? A nice nightmare?
Okay, I missed it. I just was constantly hitting things.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yup. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Oh god, no.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh, suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
No, so this she's gullible. Her despair disease.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
Okay, what have you got here? Makan's account, surveillance for Yuhiko's account. What?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi!
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Nobody has an alibi.
We can exclude the sick people.
Okay, hold on. Let's look at the truth bullets, because I need to remind myself of some of these accounts. Right up until the morning announcement. Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Makan was with Hajime the whole time. So maybe Makan's account? This one's actually, I'm not quite sure. I don't see how this comes into play. For Yuhiko's account is after meeting up with Makan at front of the hospital. Sonya's account was just towards Hyoko's kimono. So yeah, the only one that makes sense to me is Makan's account.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi!
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No, that's wrong! Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi.
I feel weird that this is the discussion. It's like, excuse me, but I have an alibi.
In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that
Oh,
morning.
don't say that. That's gonna. Oh, well, you have to say it.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward, so we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer had a different reason. If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Instead of trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? What kind of trap is it? Is it okay? We have a break. God, this is halfway. I feel like we got nowhere.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, Moonimi. The moss balls sure look tasty today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, Moonimi's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kinda hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a redhead stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then, I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking to? Are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
Yes, let's save current progress. Oh, whoa, that's all the way up there. Oh boy. Okay, recess. We're back in recess.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence? Does something like that even exist?
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Okay.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hiyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hiyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hiyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Hiyoko's murder wasn't planned.
I understand the imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hiyoko go to the music venue?
Okay, this would be, Sonya's count.
So, you're saying the truth behind Hiyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Why Hiyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, I need to find that out no matter the cost. But you know what it is. It was Sonya's... Okay, did you forget? What? None of this was an actual option.
Why did Hiyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
I agree with that! It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Sonya's count.
Hiyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that...
I won't lose!
Why do people just doing...
Are you saying my gut was wrong? This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No! That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk! I'll shut you up right now!
Okay. Dear God. Stepladder, candle, Khan's account, Sonya's count. Here we go. I have no idea. Why are you...
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her!
Okay.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door! So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later!
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer!
Allow me to cut through those words! The reason Hyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then, the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes, do whatever you want to me.
That's fine. We're okay. Yeah.
Hajime, now's your chance!
No.
Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Now's not the time, Kazuichi. Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin! I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under!
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
killed Hiyoko.
Because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very close. We're very, very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Oh my god. We went to Nagito.
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps! Everyone actually needs help from scum like me!
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember, there was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be!
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
That's strange. That's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
I see. It's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints. There's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why weren't there any footprints on the...
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
Excuse me. The image literally shows some bloodstains on the side. That said, we need footprints on the... on the place where you step, but...
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
What are you talking about? You're obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Komaeda. You're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
So, just as I thought, it comes down to that. Mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
Damn, okay.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
If there was some hidden clue in that video, I should have seen something strange as I watched it. Is this gonna be a spot the difference thing? I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. So I'm the only one who can do it. The hanging video that I saw. Based on everything we know from the debates thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange.
Here!
The bloodstains, right?
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills! Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different, huh? Jackie said that the stepladder was at a different place, but... If that's the case, the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing the place where the killer did something. What? Is this what is this? Hangman's Gambit? What? What's the difference between the video I saw and the actual crime scene? I don't know at all for this one. So... I have no idea what this is. Okay. That's definitely not it, so let's just get rid of I. What can this spell? Okay, what is the story question? What's the difference between the video and the actual crime scene? No? I'm really just taking guesses here because I have no idea. Yeah. Is it trying to spell filthy? Film? So filthy doesn't work. Okay, film. I don't know. Filming? Filming? Maybe it's filming. I need an N. Filming... Filming what? Filming location. I need an O. No. I need a T, right? Okay, I need a G, or sorry, an I. I need an O. There we go.
I got it! That's right! Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue.
Huh.
It was filmed somewhere else.
Okay.
But the hospital monitor's supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
In order to show us that they filmed the video at the music venue instead of somewhere else, what did the killer do to the surveillance camera unit? Okay, I'm getting more and more confused about what the possible answers might be. Problem is, I don't quite know where this one is heading. missed it. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Question 1. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? The camera? Both? But then you can't wait. It has to be both, right? No, it's just the camera. Okay, I was guessing on that. Oh my god. Just slow down and... Okay. Okay, slow down a bit because I'm catching up a bit too quickly with these turns. Okay, did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? I won't say the music venue, but it could be the hospital. That answers. Okay, so the music venue? Still the music venue. What the? Oh my god. Slow down a bit. Oh my god, I didn't see that jump at the end. Ooh. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue? They took it with them? I mean... Okay. Honestly, I guessed all the way, and I happened to get them right. But I literally do not know where this one is going.
It's all coming together! That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then, only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but... In order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
Smashed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
So it could only be the hospital.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means it was filmed at the hospital. If that's the case, where was the video filmed? Okay. Another Hangsman Gabbit. Oh, what's the room? I'm assuming we actually need to... Conference room? Conference room, right? In the hospital. Because that's where the blackout curtains were. Technically we need an O at some time, but this goes so far along that they're really it's better not to keep it. Just give me an N, please. That's an R. Okay, hopefully. What the? That you gave me literally no chance to do anything about that. Okay, just give me an F. Seriously. I'm trying to keep this E here. Oh, okay, interesting. They can dissipate after time. That's not something I knew. Okay, any single time. Thank you. Now I need an E. Need an R. And the E. Okay, I might just let these two pass. Okay, what? That is so dumb. Need another O.
I got it! It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? A conference room?
So is it Mikan? Because they were, under Hiko's account, they were separated at some point.
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
Black curtain. Make clear, what was the word? Oh my god, why is there so many of these? Motel room key, music venue curtain. Here go.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That must be it! What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain. But after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Something else the killer did to make the music venue look like...
I can prove it with this! You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard Bayside cops say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
That video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue. Which means there was a fake somewhere, and that fake must have been...
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
So that's what happened. But no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. Oh, that must have been hard. That must be hard to do. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set that trap for me was...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video... There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
That's right, I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. Mikan, where are you?
You're the only one! Mikan, you're the killer, aren't you?
The funny thing is I called her out too earlier, and then with Hajime's account, technically it would have been clear, but now with the evidence that that video was fake and it was in the conference room, now she's back to being the suspect. That said, it wasn't because of Hiyoko. Ibuki was just an easy target. Hiyoko just happened wrong place, wrong time.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hiyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, Don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
Probably? Probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep, right?
Then, if you insist, I will use the on-call room upstairs. You must be mentally exhausted, so it's better if you relax in the lobby instead.
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
It just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
Jeez.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Everyone's ganging up on me. Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? Could it be I'm the one making a mistake? No, in fact, it'd be so much easier if I was wrong. If I have this much doubt about someone I've spent so much time with.
Can you hold on a minute?
Okay, so there you go. Huh?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What? Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know!
Actually, this is a game!
Please don't say such controversial statements. Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue? Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope, and keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
So, this rope won't be much of a clue. And I might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh?
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
Huh?
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Neither of the words contain the decisive clue. Is that really true? Oh god, where are we going now? The rope piece for hanging, AC temp. I really don't know about this one.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki's true cause of death was strangulation, but that fact is a decisive proof that will lead to the killer. Is that true?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
The only thing I can think of.
That's basically the same thing.
Camera unit.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
No? Who's lying? I am really lost on this one.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You
Okay, sorry. Not this one. Here. I need to... Rupees for hanging according to Makan. There's no doubt. Oh, this is the part. According to Makan. There we go. That's a detail that...
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
That must be it! So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Yes, she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking. You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait! First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? 'Cause she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
Dear God, can we just get this over with? Mikan, I know we want to doubt her. She looks very... character-wise, seems unlikely suspect, but she's the only one.
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Is this where the,
Stop it already! That's enough!
the panic talk?
I can't stop! I don't want to do this either! Of course I don't want to do this! But I need to do this!
You doubt your friends?
I don't know why they always have this conversation. Like, how many people have died already? And that's by the friends in this group, so yes.
That's not it. I suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say?
Yeah, there we go. There's a change of face.
Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that! You hear me? I'm done!
Hey, Mikan!
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Not fair! Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away! What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, this is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That's the issue.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some?
Huh?
I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered two of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair.
Chiaki.
Hey Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Can you prove it?
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? Ah, that's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital. That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong! Why does everybody always hate me? Please! Just forgive me already!
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
I'm not the killer! That video... I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us.
Huh.
But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Could it be, was this Chiaki's goal all along? She's saying everyone's fate depends on me, the only person who saw that video.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
I need to make up my mind. I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who's going to finish this. Is this, Yep, let's make your argument. Blood on the souls. Okay, hold on. AC temper Mikan's account?
I'm not...
What's a Mikan's account? Right up until Monokuma's announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone, realized Ibuki had disappeared. When she rested in the hospital, she met up with Fuyuhiko. Maybe the AC temp?
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
Ah, shoot.
So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Okay, I mean...
I'm not the killer!
Counts account.
We can't think of anybody else other than you
Civilians camera
who could have
unit?
filmed that video.
I don't know.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
What? Which one of
Is
these
that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
No?
Damn it!
I am... Like, it's obviously... Something in her thing is, like, she knows more detail than she should actually know. But I'm trying to think, what in the world...
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you.
Okay, hold on. Let's look at blood on soles to the feet. I can't think of anything that would... how this could be used to contradict anything she said. Ropeys for hanging. I mean, what does she say? She says camera angle at the end. There's something about the body types. The robe she was wearing. Was it the robe then? What is the surveillance camera thing? The surveillance camera unit put inside the museum and smashed to pieces. The AC temp. The count's account was when she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. Right up until the morning announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized Ibuki had disappeared. Okay, so maybe it's something in her account that contradicts what she's saying here. Because I really do not know.
Who could have filmed that video?
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
Like, is it this? No. What? Yeah, because there's stuff that we said.
Damn it!
So what did we say?
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you
So it really questions what
who could have filmed that video.
The problem is, what we have told everyone else
Huh?
about what
Do
we
you have any
haven't
proof?
mentioned, which is really
Is the
hard,
hemp bag on her
honestly.
head the proof?
Mention
Is the
that.
hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
No. What is this? If it's not the camera angle, then what could it be? Because I feel like we talked about the slippers. Did we mention she was wearing a robe? Maybe hospital gown. We said robe, but did we say hospital gown? Is that it?
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious?
I don't know. I really don't know with this one. Okay, so I did mention so the only thing I could think of is the camera angle. So the only issue now is which one. Because we mentioned slippers, we mentioned didn't you say the person was wearing a hospital gown, the hemp bag on her head in the video? Okay. But then, like, choosing slippers does not make sense because we've been talking about the slippers on the soles of the feet, right? The blood on the soles of the feet. So the only thing I can think of is the camera angle. Now the only issue is, what do I use for the camera angle? Because I don't see how any of the options I have really correlates to that.
I'm not the killer!
Blood and soles, rope used for hanging.
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Like, I don't see how AC
Do you have any
temperature
proof?
can come into play.
Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof?
They already tried with
You
this,
could
I'm
tell her
pretty sure I
body
did.
type under the hospital gown? Just from that video?
I don't understand.
Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
Oh, it's not done? I thought...
There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
Okay,
So please forgive me already!
so it's the candlelight. I totally missed the
Hajime,
candlelight.
pay close attention and listen well.
I completely
You're the
did not
only
know
one
she
who can
mentioned
point out the
candlelight.
killer's mistake.
It would be the candlelight, right? Oh, wait, but did I mention that? Okay, let's try the candlelight with the
I'm not the
surveillance
killer!
camera unit. I don't know.
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
With the surveillance camera unit, let me take a look at this. The only talk about the surveillance camera unit is that it's been smashed to pieces and no longer works. So I'm not quite sure how that comes into play. Is it the AC temp? Like, would there be something with the AC temp that messes with... Is extremely hot. Like, would that mess with the camera? Sorry, not the camera, the candle? Because the scrap of paper doesn't make sense. The music venue curtain. So the only ones that I can think are surveillance camera unit is about it being smashed. So either it's the AC temp or Mikan's account. And Mikan's account is literally just of where she was. Realized that Buki disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Buki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. Sorry, was it... The video that Hajime saw at the hospital, it shows a person dressed in a hospital gown wearing a handbag on their head. Yeah, and this is camera unit. So it's not about the video itself. So either somehow the AC temp comes into play or it's Makan's account. Which, Makan's account makes the most sense in this. I just don't know.
Is the handbag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
Okay, I'm gonna have to probably take the loss for this one.
Damn it!
Because I don't know. I think I've already tried.
I'm not the killer!
I think I've already tried Makan's account with the.
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have
Maybe
filmed that
let's try the
video.
AC temp. That'll melt the
Huh?
candle or something.
Do you have any proof?
'Cause I really don't know.
Is the handbag on her head the proof?
'Cause I
Is the
feel-
hospital gown she was wearing
My problem right now is I
suspicious?
feel like I've already
Or could it be
mentioned
the
all
hospital
this stuff.
slippers she had on?
So,
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
okay. It has to be the camera angle thing, right? What were we talking about earlier? Okay, yes. So yeah, it's the camera angle. But what is it in my thing?
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
Okay, let's try Makan's account. 'Cause
We
I'm
can't think
pretty
of
sure
anybody else other than you
I used the surveillance camera unit.
who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof?
We're gonna try again.
Is the handbag on her head the proof?
And then I guess maybe
Is
I
the
tried
hospital gown she was wearing suspicious?
the Makan's
Or
account?
could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
What? I hit the thing.
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
It's not that? Okay, so Makan's account.
Damn it!
Let's try that.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the handbag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
What is this? I don't understand. What are you talking about? What you're saying makes no sense.
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
So, what can be used?
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the handbag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and
like the
Mikan
hospital
clearly have
slippers?
different body types.
Is that really your proof?
Like, rope used for
You
hanging?
could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Maybe it's the camera angle.
Just from that dim candlelight?
Okay, missed it.
There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Apparently I can't because I don't know which of my truth bullets I should be using.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Damn it!
Okay, we're at 0, so we technically lost. But, so what is it that I'm supposed to use? Was it the blood on the soles of the feet, maybe? Like, did we mention... I don't know if it's the slippers, but the fact that we've talked about the slippers would say that there were slippers. I don't know.
This is my...
So... Yes.
We will never give up!
Oh, boy. Okay, blood, souls, room, motel room key, Khan's account.
I'm not the...
So, bloodstains were on the soles of Ibuki's feet. I don't know how that could contradict anything she had said. Rope used for hanging. Again, something that I'm not sure. We've already technically used this, so that should be out. Hotel room key also should be out. This should be out. This, there's... Yeah, I don't see how. Stepladder? Candlelight. Candlelight, it looks like... The candle was found, it looks dim. It looks like the dim light seen in surveillance camera video was actually lit from this candle. Surveillance camera unit? Put inside the music venue for communication purposes. It's been smashed to pieces and no longer works. It's not talking about the video either. There's the AC temp. Extremely hot in the venue. And then there's Mikan's account. We're right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning. Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to check the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. Which, like, this doesn't tell me... Mikan's account, I don't get how to use that. She talks about... Is it the hospital gown I was wearing with the slippers? I don't know, like, it doesn't make, none of those make sense, especially, like, I know I chose them, but then it's just, I was at that point just losing my mind of what the hell I was supposed to be choosing. It makes no sense, even if we didn't mention the slippers, the fact that we've talked about them during the trial, so the only thing that I can think of is the camera angle. The only problem is, I don't know which of these truth bullets I should be using to denote, oh yes, this truth bullet contradicts what you said. I don't see how the AC camera can... I don't see how the AC temp can do that unless it's saying it's too hot that the candle will melt. I feel like, I can't remember because my mind was going in turmoil. Mikan's account. I've already tried surveillance unit. I'm pretty sure I've already did that. The rope used for hanging. I mean, is it the question of, like, because the camera angle would need to be tilted up to see the I don't know. Did I already do this with the camera angle one? I already can't remember. The only thing I can think of is the camera angle. So at this point, let's try the truth bullets on the camera angle and see which one gets a hit, because I'm pretty sure I've already used this. I can't remember or not if I used McCann's account. Again, though, I don't see how any of this contradicts anything about the camera angle. Maybe it's the rope used?
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing, or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have...
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Okay, so it's not that.
Damn it!
Try McCann's account.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing, or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different...
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Okay, so it's not McCann's account. I'm gonna try the surveillance camera unit again.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing, or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly...
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Okay. Does none of that.
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Yeah, I didn't... That was just a gambit, but... Yeah. Buki was wearing hospital shoes, right? Then the person in the video was wearing hospital shoes too, right? It would have to be the camera angle. That's the only thing. I just don't know which one of these I should be using.
Damn it!
Is it the AC unit? Because we haven't used that one at all. So what? Is it going to be...
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
The problem is...
Do you have any proof?
Could the AC unit even
Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
I don't think so.
Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious?
So I don't see how...
Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different...
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Yeah. Okay, let's try on the dim candlelight, because I don't know what else to do.
Damn it!
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof?
I'm just not connecting.
Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
It's supposed to be working on any of
Is
these.
the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan...
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
It's not that. What were we talking about earlier? The light from the camera? Okay, so it has to be the camera angle. They've refuted everything. I just haven't found the right truth bullet for the camera angle part. And what's wrong with that? Is there any proof that I was the one who used that candle?
Damn it!
What could it be? I literally do not
I'm
know.
not the
I literally have to brute force.
We can't
this,
think of
don't I?
anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
What could it be?
Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious?
Ropies for
Or could it be
hanging,
the hospital
hotel
slippers she
routines,
had on?
Scrap of thick paper.
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
Is it the body type underneath the hospital gown? Though I don't see how that could be any truth bullet. Why that would be a statement I have to refute. The camera angle thing is the one that's like, it's an odd thing to mention. But I literally used every truth bullet I can think to use on that. I'm pretty sure I used rope used for hanging. We used the surveillance camera unit, but this really is about the surveillance camera unit being smashed. AC Town, that was just, I don't know. Smudge on floor, Mikan's account. And then there's this, but this is just detailing where she is. But everything about this is saying she knows something about the video that no one else knows. And the only thing I could think of is the camera angle. But I don't have a truth bullet, or it seems I don't have a truth bullet that can be used to refute that. I don't see how the motel room key is not going to be refuting anything. What's this one? What does it say specifically? It was buried inside, difficult to retrieve. So there's nothing really about that, and it's not even about Ibuki anyway. Rope used for hanging. The rope used for hanging. According to Mikan, there's no doubt the cause of Ibuki's death was her hanging herself with this rope. Now the only reason why I could think I could see this being used is the camera angle part, because the surveillance camera would technically have to be on the stage, maybe? Otherwise, I'm not quite sure. There are bloodstains on the soles of Ibuki's feet. I mean, this was already used, so I don't see how that's going to come into play. I mean, if I X out everything that's already been used, this one's been used, this one's been used, this one's been used, this one's been used. This, I think, has been used? But again, it's this thing of, where does this fit into the... I never already used it, right? I'm pretty sure I've already used it. AC temp. I tried to use it on the candle. It doesn't really fit with anything else in terms of... Because what was our options? What was our options to contradict? There's all the details about the hemp bag, the hospital gown, then the slippers. When you go into body types, this is, can you see the body type through the hospital gown? Next, they ask, can you see through that camera angle? Can you see in the dim lighting? So we already know, just from our trial and error, or guesses, that Candlelight says, oh, you've already mentioned that, talking about that, so we can't use that. Nothing about the clothing details we can use. I don't see, so really, yeah, the only thing that I can see is the camera angle part. That said, she's not really describing the camera angle itself. Otherwise, the only other thing left open is the fact that you can't really tell body type underneath the gown, but that's not really something I can contradict. So, what is this? Like, honestly, this one makes no sense to me. Mikan's account. Is there any other detail in Mikan's account here that I'm missing? Right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterward, she went to the hospital. See, this was used for our alibi thing. Afterward, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Ryuhiko. So again, this is not something... It doesn't really relate to the video. Like, this is her account of who she met up with, when and where. But none of that can be used towards the video. This is not an option. This is not an option. This is not an option. A tote bag that was sold from the movie theater, a limited item because only one person could buy it. Monokuma's account isn't in there, right?
Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
Yeah. What? What is this one? It has a... I don't know. Right now I'm pinning everything on the camera angle. But I don't see how any of my treat bullets can be used in order to note that it contradicts her statement about a camera angle. It's... Do you... You have no clue, right? Because... Right now I'm trying to use... I mean, I don't see... Based on the, like, the item and then the description in the item, none of this makes sense to me. Because... And I don't want to... I don't want to... Like... It seems like my only option is to brute force it at this point, because... There's just nothing else for me. I literally cannot wrap my head around this one. Okay. I mean, at this point, the only thing I can do is brute force it. So, if I try every single option I have on the surveillance video part...
So please forgive me already!
Like, what have I tried? I already tried the
Hajime,
account.
pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm pretty sure I used this one, but I can't remember.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you.
Okay, this one obviously can't be it, right?
Who could have filmed that video?
Paper? What does the scrap of thick paper say? Yeah, it was stuck to the baton lighting, so that makes no sense at all to use that. So the things we definitely can nix out. We can nix out motel room key, we can nix out the scrap of thick paper. This is kind of like a multiple choice thing. Blood on the soles of the feet. I don't know, I feel like we can scratch that out. So really, I feel like my only options are maybe the rope used for hanging. I don't really see how any of this could fit into it. I think I've already used it on the candle anyway, so I think I can nix this out. And anyway, like, where the AC tent is located, we wouldn't be able to see it on the video anyway. Even if it was in the music venue. So, I don't know, surveillance camera unit. How is this? How does this? How does this go against anything in her account? Obviously we can't use in terms of the camera angle or seeing through the body type. And I'm pretty sure I've already used it. I'm so tempted to look this one up, because I'm at complete loss. Okay, so for sure I've used Mikan's account. I feel I've already used the surveillance camera unit. Hell, I think I've even tried this AC temp. So what about... I don't know, didn't I use the rope used for hanging as well? Blood on the soles? It's... I wonder if there is a way to look this up, because I am at a complete loss. I don't understand how any of the truth bullets I have can be used to discredit one of her statements. It literally does not make any sense to me. And I feel like I've tried anything that does make relative sense, I've already used. So unless there's something that I technically... I don't know, it's the camera angle. The camera angle is really the only one. In terms of maybe something I haven't mentioned. At the same time, I don't know how I can use anything to refute that. It's not exactly she detailed the camera angle. Okay, let's see if I could... get some help or hints or something. Because I'm... like, you agree with me that the camera angle should be it. To anyone who's watching. The camera angle should be it in terms of how I'm supposed to... Okay, chapter 3. It looks like I'm not the only person who had trouble with this. Man, I hate to do this, but I seriously can't figure out what I'm supposed to hit for this argument section. Non-stop debate where Mikan's trying to prove her innocence. Maybe this isn't the one I was actually looking at. Mikan says something that she shouldn't know. Oh my god. I totally forgot about this. It's not a truth bullet we currently have. How... I totally forgot. Concentrate. Silencer. Fast forward argument. Where is it? Maybe it's the left mouse button. I have to hold down left mouse button.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the handbag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had?
Ibuki and Mikan...
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Okay, here we go. I completely forgot about that. It doesn't help that this is something that doesn't come up often, so...
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else who could have filmed that.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the handbag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had?
Ibuki and Mikan...
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video?
Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction!
Thank God.
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
That's it. In my opinion, saying camera angle really isn't a lot. Like, it needs to be a bit more detailed than the camera angle. But at the same time, the fact that she even mentioned camera angle would, I guess, suggest something.
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole.
Oh, trust me, it took a long time to find that shovel, so...
You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Honestly, I don't see her being that mad about Hiyoko, but... considering how harshly Hiyoko bullied Mikan, Ibuki was purely an easy target.
Forgive me! Huh? 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 Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking, having to do this line as a voice actor seems really weird, but...
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible.
Okay, impossible?
You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater?
Okay, well this is where Monokuma's account's gonna crush her.
Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't.
Okay.
Ta-da! There's no mistake that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think? That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Long time no see. Well, not really. It's time for the third panic talk. No! This is probably going to be my last job during a class trial. Please hear me while I taint your ears one last time. Starting from this PTA, the reload and ammo features will be added. You'll no longer be able to make do with just the left mouse button. Below the tempo marker in the lower portion of the screen, the number of bullets are displayed. From this point on, you'll need one bullet to destroy one remark. When you're out of bullets, you won't be able to destroy remarks no matter how much you smash the left mouse button. You will be able to refresh your bullets by pressing tab to reload. Okay. Just like locking on, press the tab key in time with a tempo marker. The controls are the same as the left mouse button. Match the tempo marker either by pressing the tab key. The number of bullets refreshed is based on how well you kept the tempo. If you get the timing wrong when you press the tab key, bullets will not be refreshed, so please be careful. Also, your ammo will be completely refreshed and will not run out during fever time. If you're difficulty level, okay, blah blah blah. I guess that should be all of explanation. True despair. Well then, good luck.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
At this rate, we're not getting anywhere. I gotta do something and end this. I gotta do something so I can make her admit it. Okay. Now, just once a few
You
things.
still haven't forgiven me?
Okay, lock on, left mouse button. Fever time is space key. That's one of the things I was trying to figure out.
I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want.
What I hate
You're
about this
done
is that
for!
you have to hold it and then let go.
Forgive me!
Of the...
Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already?
Okay. So the tab I have to hit on mark. With the left mouse button, I have to hold it down to target and then release on the mark. That's honestly actually really confusing. Okay. Because technically they're two different things.
This is my... We will never give up!
Okay.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me!
This chick.
I always
Will you
forget
forgive
that I always have to hold to mark it and then release. 'Cause I'm so used to... I'm still used to the old one. The old one just seems easier in that sense.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand?
Oh, is it not working?
Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me?
My mouse is having a hard time responding.
Please, draw on me! Can you forgive me already? There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time!
What? Theater bonus prize. Oh, I did. Okay.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me! Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want.
I'm so confused.
There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
This is the end! Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes.
Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, Just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left, please just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Okay, my favorite part. My favorite game. My favorite minigame. Okay. What's this? What I saw on the monitor. Okay, that's not an option then. What did the killer do after the broadcast? The body was hidden before. Okay, so he ran away. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Small clue that the killer left. Okay. How is the real... This one is put back after destroying it. Put back after destroying it. What? Switch it on. This is being broadcast. Killer left a small clue. This. Put back to normal after destroying it.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue. When they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well.
Sorry. You can't see the image because the text is blocking it, but like the killer's just kind of
At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Oh boy.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Mikan, what has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time!
Okay. So, I was doing well until we got to the end. Yeah. Particularly those last two. Oh, 97 coins obtained only? Damn. Which one's this one? Yeah, these two, boy. Ugh. Okay. Well. This is it.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time! Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote! Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go!
All rise. Alright, back to
Well now.
Now then, though it may be obvious at this point.
Correct!
You got it right once again. That's like 3 in a row. That's right, the true identity of the horrifying blackened who killed 2 girls was Mikan Simiki.
Damn it.
You gotta be shitting me. Are you saying Mikan, the one who nursed us back to health, was the one who killed them?
I won't forgive you.
Don't joke around with me, Mikan. Did you lie to us all along? Were you planning to kill them from the start while you were nursing them?
Hey!
Don't just laugh. Say something. This is going nowhere.
What's going on?
This chick.
Hey!
This is nothing like Peko. She's actually gone mental.
Well, that's obvious.
There's nothing we can do. She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the Mikan Simiki we knew. Huh?
Hey,
Based on my predictions, she might have caught it too. She probably had the despair disease, which was the motive for this case.
What?
Mikan, too, you say?
I
I know, because I was looking at Makan for so long. She was the one taking care of me after all. My consciousness kept drifting, but even so, when I did catch a glimpse of her, her expression was full of despair. Despair so devoid of hope that not even a single fragment of it remained. Hold on, did you say Makan also had the despair disease? Then that means she was...
What?
Hajime, has something crossed your mind? My body's heavy. No, not just heavy. It's somewhat soft and really hot. That's right. Makan felt really hot at that time. Now that I think about it, that must have been a high fever, just like what Ibuki and Akane had.
It cannot be!
Then, because of that disease, Makan was...
Perhaps...
The symptoms that she surely felt must have been deserving of the name despair disease. Losing all hope, and harboring despair for all hope. Because of the despair disease, she was likely overcome with despair.
See?
That's the reason why she can still laugh in such a hopeless situation.
Jeez.
Which means that Makan standing before us is no longer the ultimate nurse. She's a completely different person now that she's infected by the despair disease.
Isn't that right?
She's a human who deserves to be called the ultimate despair. Ultimate despair? That's the reason why I cannot forgive this. I mean, killing someone for the sake of despair instead of for the sake of hope.
Impossible!
There's no way I can forgive that.
Oh?
For the sake of despair? That's completely wrong.
Huh?
Wrong? Wrong? What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
My beloved?
Huh? Huh?
Who are you talking about? If only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. I know.
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation.
I understand that I've done something unforgivable. But you know, to transcend all that is truly
It's love.
what love is all about.
Hey,
I don't understand. What are you saying?
You don't understand? Is it because you don't have anyone to love? Is it because you're also someone who isn't accepted by anyone? What a pity. I feel sorry for you.
Well,
Even if I say this, I'm sure nobody here would understand, but love is a wonderful thing. This feeling of freedom, where you no longer care about anything. My beloved and I are the only ones with that thin veil, and I'm just looking out through it. That's why, as long as I'm on the inside, no matter how much they tease me, splash me with water, kick me,
how amazing.
it's like nothing matters. I could just die. That's how little it matters. Who cares about hope or despair? It's love, only love.
Could it be?
Nikito, is this really the despair disease you were talking about?
this is...
It seems that I was wrong. Not only was she affected by despair,
You were half right. It's right to say that this is all thanks to that disease. Because thanks to that disease, I was able to remember my beloved. remember? Apparently that's what my symptoms was. What a wonderful symptom. Which means you had the remembering disease.
But
If this means she remembered something and ended up like this.
such despair.
Are you saying you were like this from the start? You were like this before you even came to this island?
Don't get so angry. Well, first of all, the reason I became like this wasn't my fault. It was all your fault, you know? Because it's not like I'm entirely responsible for turning out like this. I'm the person I am today because of many human relationships. So, it's everybody's fault that I turned out like this, you see? Even so, my current me was most strongly influenced by my beloved's existence. And it was also my beloved who created the me that everyone can't forgive. But my beloved still forgives me and accepts me. That is the key difference between all of you and my beloved.
Don't fuck with me!
Like I said, who the fuck are you talking about? Are you saying this is Makan? She's the real Makan? Makan, please answer me. Did you really remember? You ended up like this all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that. Excuse me. There's no way the person you are right now is the real Makan. Oh, you still doubt me? Then, to prove I remember, I'll tell you all something nice. It's about the World Ender organization that you all were worrying about.
You serious?
You know? Not no, I just remembered, that's all. I knew about it all along. How that horrifying organization known as World Ender is also the organization known as the Future Foundation. Future Foundation? Future... That's right. The symbol on the ancient ruins door. That's right. Was the Japanese word for future.
Hey,
Just what is a Future Foundation? What are they planning?
As the name suggests, that organization is the World Ender.
The Future Foundation is trying to end our world.
To put it simply, they're trying to claim the world for themselves.
This is bad.
What the heck? This isn't a comic book, you know.
As part of their plan to end the world, Future Foundation brought us to this island. Isn't that right, mon ami?
Now
You-
Monami, Monokuma. They're both members of that crazy organization, aren't they?
Mon ami and I aren't members.
I am Monokuma!
My existence is entirely my own.
hey,
Don't laugh. Hey, Khan, if you really do remember, then you already know, right? You know the true identity of the traitor hiding among us?
Of course I know that. Let's see. The Future Foundation lackey that's hiding among you all is...
Oh?
Oh well, no one really cares about that, don't you think?
Of course not!
Oh, hell no!
You'll find out eventually, so there's no need to be so impatient. Probably when that countdown ends.
Countdown. You even know about that?
Oh? You don't know anything?
Huh.
I have a feeling that that's what it is, but who cares about that, you know? I'm drowning in so much love. From the bottom of my heart, I just don't care about anyone or anything.
That is...
Mekan, is that really you? I won't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. You were like this all along? Because if that's true, then who's the person we've been spending time with up until now?
The past.
Past?
That person. She didn't exist in the beginning. She's just my past self who lost her school memories.
You guys considered that being a friend.
Oh?
That doesn't make me happy at all. It just fills me with despair. You guys accepted my past self, but not my present self. That's...
Well?
That applies to you as well. Memories of people, memories of events. Whatever memory it is, losing memories are...
Do you understand?
Like losing your personal identity. Memory is the most important component in building a person, don't you think? Losing our memories, making us shadows of the past. Don't you think?
Hey,
I don't know what you're trying to say, but in the end, it always leads back to that story. That story about our stolen school lives.
hey!
So, it was true all along. Our memories were taken away.
Damn it!
If it wasn't true, we wouldn't be suffering this much.
Well, you don't. Why don't you just take your sweet time and remember at your own pace?
Oh?
Oh, Monokuma. Is it alright for you to start now?
Yes, indeed.
Punishment time?
Damn it, why? Makan, why does it have to end like this? This is too pointless. This is too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate nurse, Mikan Sumihi.
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Okay. And they somehow managed to get one last panty shot in. Okay. It's finished. Is it really finished? The killer who killed Ibuki Miyoda and Hiyoko Sayunji was Mikan Sumiki, and she's been executed. She apparently committed her crime because she was afflicted by the despair disease. So what? What's finished? Nobody wanted it to end this way.
Let me ask.
Who was it that Mikan from earlier? Was that her true form? Or is that itself a symptom of the despair disease?
Damn it!
It doesn't matter either way. If she ended up like that just from remembering, then all along, Mikan was never worth being a symbol of hope.
But...
Even if her words were influenced by the despair disease, if the disease turned her into that. If she lost herself to a simple disease, she was definitely unworthy of being a symbol of hope.
Isn't that right?
So, let's just move on. Come on, let's all take this despair and change it into hope.
Please wait!
That is impossible. I mean, I thought we were friends this whole time, but even so... Like a house of cards collapsing in an instant. In the end, our friend we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of herself. Then she vanished from our sight, leaving behind only her malice towards us. And now, there's no way we can just move on or try to have a clear-cut attitude about these feelings. That's clearly impossible.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was the Makan, if she was the traitor too.
Wrong!
Too bad. That's not the case. Makan was not the traitor.
Come on!
The traitor's still alive, as proof. See how fine Monami looks right now. I'm not fine at all. But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be this calm, right? I mean, you're both pawns of the future foundation, so you guys are like two hearts beating as one, right?
You fiend.
What does that mean? What does that make you, fiend? Did you say that you're different than Monami?
Phew!
Who cares about who I am? More important, I'm tired. The drama just kept going and going. I didn't even have time to eat my black bean right eye during the break. Black bean right eye? What?
Hey!
Your right eye is made of black beans?
Hey!
Oh, wait. Now's not the time to focus on that. What are you trying to say?
Hey,
You know, isn't it said that life has its ups and downs? It's fun because down comes after ups. But if life was full of downs, wouldn't it get boring? So, in order to help you guys feel better, I've prepared a special event.
Special event?
Head over to the First Island's beach. An old friend will be waiting there.
Nekomaru? Old friend?
Huh?
Could be Nekomaru?
Hey!
Is it? It is, isn't it? Nekomaru's safe after all?
Safe. How should I say this?
I knew it. I knew that crazy bastard Nekomaru would have come back to us in one piece. Awesome. We're starting to see the light of hope. The light of hope. I am happy Nekomaru's returning to us, but I...
So just as I thought.
3 of our friends just died, so I honestly cannot be happy. Miss Sonia.
However,
Even so, I'm still happy. If Nekomaru is safe, I'm truly happy.
Fine.
If you're happy, you should honestly greet him with open arms. Perhaps those who have been taken from us would do the same if they still lived. Hey, Supreme Overlord of Who Gives a Shit. That line doesn't suit you at all.
Silence.
I shall crush you into dust. Ibuki, Yoko, Makan, can you hear us? If you are unhappy, I apologize. However, please forgive me for right now. I want to warmly welcome Nekomaru when he returns to us. You don't have to worry. Oh, sorry. You don't have to worry, Sonia. I'm sure your feelings are reaching them.
Right?
Then let's all go greet Nekomaru. Let's make it grand, even for those who have died. Oh, she's crying. What the heck? Do I still have the after effects of that disease? I don't get this at all. Kane.
All right!
Then let's go. Yeah, you're right. Nekomaru's coming back. When we heard that, we were unable to contain our excitement as we jumped into the elevator.
Uh-oh.
Man, you just ran off without listening to what I had to say.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, they're so impatient. Didn't they learn to stick around until others have finished talking? Oh, what does that mean?
Hey!
You're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
I'm not plotting anything. I was just trying to properly explain everything to them. Including Nekomaru's body. Nekomaru's body? It's their fault for not sticking around until I finish talking. So if something happens because of that, I bear no responsibility. What did you do to Nekomaru?
What's this?
What did I do? I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, there's no way I could have saved someone who was that close to death. So it just couldn't be helped.
As soon as we exited the elevator, we started running. Hurry! To the beach on the first island.
Alright!
Let's haul ass! Even though our minds were completely exhausted, strangely enough, our bodies felt light. Without stopping for anything, we kept right on running toward the beach on the first island. Where in the world is Nekomaru?
Hey!
Nekomaru, show yourself!
Listen!
We have come to pick you up! Please hurry and come out of hiding! We raised our voices. We looked around the area. We raised our voices again. We looked around the area again. And so on and so forth. We kept looking for him. But...
Hey!
Oh, what the hell, man? He's nowhere to be found!
Damn it!
Could it be? Did we get false info from Monokuma again? And that's when it happened. We heard a familiar voice echo throughout the beach.
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
That voice! With high hopes in our hearts, we turned toward the direction of the voice. And then we saw something truly unbelievable.
Huh? What the?
Oh, I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed?
So do we got Tin Man?
Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing! The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Okay. Okay, let's just see the body count thing at the end. Okay. So is it what Nekomaru's brain in there? What? Okay. We got Makan's apron. Nurse's apron. Oh boy. We were hoping that things would progress smoothly. That's right. A common, ordinary progression would have been just fine. Like, for example, the enemy's lair crumbling right after you defeat the final boss, or your dead friend suddenly reappearing. It would have been just fine if things had progressed like that. That's the kind of old-school progression we were hoping for. Not this unreasonable turn of events.
The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Nekomaru? Is that you?
No matter how you look at it, I'm still me!
No matter how we look at it, this isn't you at all.
Sheesh!
Okay, hold on. Jeez, you guys are a strange lot. You all have such big, wide eyes. Oh, perhaps you've all fallen in love with this metallic body of mine. I already know what you want to say just by looking in your eyes. And again, I am a former team manager. She's still screaming. What happened? You look like you've seen a ghost or something.
You...
Hey man, don't go scaring Masanya with that strange-ass mask. He raised his stammering voice. Kazuichi grabbed onto Nekomaru's head and...
I already know!
Come on, take it off. Stop it. Stop it!
Hey!
Why wouldn't it come off? Wait, what? Are you freaking kidding me? Holy crap! It's not just for show!
Pure electricity!
It's not just for show, it's pure electricity! I've been reborn as pure electricity! You're seriously Nekomaru.
Damn it!
That's my fault, right? You ended up getting a body like that, and it's all my fault, right?
Sorry.
Sorry, Nekomaru. I don't know how to apologize for this. Don't worry about it. A lot of stuff happens when you're alive.
You serious?
You're too upbeat. Is this really okay? If you keep sweating the small stuff, you're going to end up getting more gray hairs.
Hey!
Commenting on every little thing he does is a waste of time.
Hey.
But you're really Nekomaru, right? You really came back for us, right? That's right. I've resurrected from the depths of hell in shining silver.
You...
How are you even okay with that? It doesn't even compare to my eye patch. How can you accept that body?
Oh!
It's just better to be alive.
Huh?
It's better to just be alive. Hey, don't you agree? If I'm alive, I can still talk to you all. If I'm alive, I can still fight.
Show some spirit!
It doesn't matter what happens to my body, not one bit.
Amazing!
Nekomaru is brimming with hope. It's better to just be alive. I do understand what Nekomaru is saying, but no matter how we make sense of this, it's just too weird. This isn't a novel or a movie, this is reality. Can something like this unexplainable really be allowed to happen? No, instead, why did this happen? Anyway, I'm glad that's fine, right? Right? Nekomaru definitely came back to us.
What's this?
My, am I interrupting your touching reunion?
Yeah!
Why is Nekomaru a robot?
Hey,
Fortunately, it was truly difficult to save Nekomaru from the jaws of death. But they don't call me the psycho pop magician for nothing.
Oh my goodness! Such a wonderful before and after has occurred.
Okay, sorry, you wanted to say that. Didn't mean to interrupt. He appears to be a little too dramatic. Thanks to that, I'm getting stabbed by all these envious stares.
Hey!
If you're really a robot, what's going on with your thought process? Is that a program too, then? Then what happened to the other stuff, like your self-awareness and...
Fool!
How many times do I have to tell you that it doesn't matter? No matter what shape or form I take, I am Nekomaru Nadai! Is he going to power through the rest of his life with his new abilities? That kind of reaction. Looks like you really are self-aware. That means this technology is insane. I've never seen or heard of anything like this before.
Phew!
What the commoner considers advance is not much of an advancement. If you think advancements exist in colleges and laboratories, in colleges and laboratories, that's a huge misunderstanding. The real advancement exists in the place where you can pass on that talent.
Hey!
And you're saying that's you? Were you really that amazing?
You.
Stop admiring him. You stupid stuffed toy. Don't go screwing with people's bodies like that.
What?
Hold on. If you harm Monokuma, you're going to.
You intend to defy me yet again? You're quite the barbarian.
Disappear!
Geez, this time you will definitely fall prey to my Monokuma bazooka.
Again, huh? Once again, the world shook and turned stark white, as if the surrounding environment and all sound was blown away by the impact, turning everything completely white. And with that whiteness, I heard that voice yet again.
Nekomaru!
That didn't faze me at all! Check it out! I'm intact! I have no injuries at all!
Hey!
Are you fucking serious? He took that blast and doesn't even have a single scratch. He's awesome. He's seriously a real robot. Hey, can you let me disassemble you? Can you let me disassemble you and show me your insides?
No, thank you!
If I get disassembled, I'll end up dying.
By the way,
I suppose I should fill you in. Even though he's a robot now, if Nekomaru is killed, it's still going to count as murder, okay?
of course.
It's impossible that Nekomaru might kill. It's possible that Nekomaru might kill someone instead.
Fool!
Don't say such foolish things. That will never happen.
Well, with all that in mind, you guys enjoy the killing school trip together.
Let's get along!
Hopefully he doesn't, like, accidentally kill a Kane or kill someone. Once again, I hope we can all get along.
It's impossible.
It's gonna be a while before I can mentally process this.
Will Nekomaru never return to its original form? If that is the case, it is a burden for Nekomaru.
Sheesh!
Hey, it's not like I came back as a monster. I'm just a robot now, you know?
I'm sorry, I can't really see a difference.
Well, just consider this a little promotion. By making a robot of one of the main characters, a genuine mystery is transformed into a sci-fi mystery. And the hard-boiled is transformed into cyberpunk. You're totally destroying the genres. Oh well, who cares? As long as it's fun, it's totally fine.
As I listened to Monokuma's boisterous laugh, once again I was forced to accept this island is not the day-to-day world I know. It's a mad world where the strange is accepted as normal. Causes, reasoning, circumstances, foreshadowing, these things don't apply here at all. That's what it means to live in a mad world. Alright. Do ultimate robots dream of clockwork? Oh boy. Oh boy. The next morning, we gathered at the hotel restaurant like we always do. Still more talking? Come on, let me end the set. Man, the food today is awesome as usual. As always, you sure do eat a lot. I feel relaxed just by looking at you. It's impossible not to worry about it. No matter what, this feels really strange. It's not something I'll get used to easily.
Hey!
Anyway, what are you gonna do, Nekomaru?
Nekomaru? You're used to him already? What am I going to do?
For food, do you need, like, oil?
Hey!
Regular? Premium?
Well...
Nah, he doesn't need oil. Since he says he's pure electricity, maybe he's battery powered or something.
Fool!
I can totally eat normal food, especially rice dishes. I can't keep my eyes off of them. However, I've been feeling a little down today, so I don't have much of an appetite.
Alright!
Are you malfunctioning? If you show me your insides, I can fix you up, you know? No means no! What? So you're here too?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I should know my place and not speak out of turn when everyone's gathered together like this. However, I I just want to make sure I spoke to you about what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday? That person, Mikan called her beloved. I can't help thinking about that, and it won't get out of my head.
What?
Am I just a coward for worrying about that?
Let me tell you this.
It crossed my mind as well, but based on how she phrased it.
So this is the end? This is really... Now I can go to my beloved and be forgiven. I can finally see my beloved. Please forgive me as my hopes of finally seeing you die with me.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It was as if she was speaking to an entity that does not exist in this world. Then there's nothing to worry about.
Fine.
More importantly, we should be thinking about the future foundation, our enemy. If that fearsome organization known as World Ender is truly responsible for our imprisonment,
If you flinch, you will die!
then investigating who's behind that organization is our top priority. The future foundation. The word future. Does it have anything to do with that ancient ruin? I mean, there's no doubt that that symbol on the door to the ancient ruin was the Japanese word for future. If that's the case, it might be better if we investigate the ancient ruins again later.
However,
The more I think about it, the less sense it makes. Why would an organization that's secretly plotting to end the world make us suffer like this?
They went to a lot of trouble to abduct us and bring us to this island. Not only that, they took away several years worth of our memories of memories of our lives at Hope Speak Academy, for reasons that are also unknown. Future Foundation, World Ender, ha!
Impossible!
There's obviously something wrong with you if you believe in something so unrealistic.
Hey!
You're one to talk.
But...
What we should be most concerned about, as it relates to the Future Foundation,
Isn't that right?
is the traitor for the Future Foundation that's hiding among us.
Hey,
I wonder who it is. The true identity of the outsider hiding among us and trying to ensnare us.
I won't be fooled!
Nagito's obviously the most suspicious, though. Even a childish organization blathering about ending the world wouldn't accept someone like me.
Man.
Nobody wants a worthless human like me to join their group. You guys should know that feeling well, right?
You think so?
And that's the reason you're not the traitor? I don't understand your theory at all.
Huh?
Then who do you think is the most suspicious?
It's obvious.
I nominate Hajime. Huh?
Well...
Well, isn't it normal to doubt the most unlikely candidate?
Hey,
Not just that, you're the only one here who still doesn't know what your ultimate talent you possess. What the ultimate talent you possess. If we're basing this on an outsider hiding among a group of ultimates, Hajime should be doubted right away. Then, Hajime's the traitor. Of course not, what are you even saying? You shouldn't raise your voice like that. You shouldn't raise your voice like that. We might become even more suspicious of you, you know? This is obviously your fault.
settle down!
Stop fighting.
Fool!
Don't you think fighting with ourselves like this is Monokuma's trap? That might be true, but... Alright, I'll handle this. Just leave this matter to me.
Huh?
To eliminate this tense atmosphere, allow me to present to you my new function that I discovered last night.
huh?
New function? Don't tell me. Is it flight? Can you even fly?
No!
It's not a conventional function like that. It's far more practical and novel. Now then, let's go! I'm sorry, what? Behold!
Huh?
Nekomaru's crying?
No!
Hardly, I'm not crying. My right eye dispenses cola, and my left eye dispenses Rubio's tea.
Behold! Are you kidding me?
Your soda fountain?
Damn it.
I know we'll be here all day if we keep commenting on every little thing you do.
Don't fuck with me!
What the hell was Monokuma thinking, giving you a function like that?
You're so evil! That guy, he's definitely fooling around. Monokuma's just toying with other people's bodies. I too was modified by Monokuma, so I totally understand how Nekomaru feels. But don't be depressed. You'll get used to it. It's surprising how quickly you'll get used to it.
I'll beat you up!
But don't go butting in our conversation all of a sudden. I'll kill you until you die from it, you stupid rabbit.
That's an extremely violent thing to say to someone.
You showing up at this time means, did you come to tell us that you defeated another Mono Beast?
Yippee-ki-yay! Ta-da! You're correct. Once again, you can visit a new island, so please take this opportunity to get along with everyone.
I ain't going. I'm a drag.
Man.
Even if we go to the new island, it's not like we're gonna find a way to escape this place, right?
You are right.
Rather, I feel as though the opportunity to kill increases every time we go to a new island. So it might be best if we do not go.
I renounce you!
I don't know what you're planning, Fiend, but we're not going to fall for it.
That's a misunderstanding. I was just...
Lame!
Oh jeez, how annoying.
Unbelievable.
Just stay back and leave the rest to your big brother. I'll give you an example of how to lure these guys to you, little sis.
Hey! What are you doing? You're acting like we're allies or something.
Didn't I tell you to stay back?
Is this spelling delicious? Yeah, it's delicious.
This technique, it's impossible to defend against it or evade it.
Well now,
Now that I've mocked up the annoying one.
special bleeding service!
Okay, since you guys are feeling down in the dumps, I'll make you guys so excited your nose will bleed. Compared to the early investigations, I prepared a special treat that's completely different than before. Treat?
Nice!
You took the bait. I guess it's true. If you want to get a shut-in out of their room, carrots work the best.
Huh?
Who the fuck cares about that? Hurry up and they tell us what the treat is.
It's an amazing treat. Don't wet your pants. Well, it's okay if you do. Just don't spray it on me. I prepared a bunch of stuff you guys might find interesting on the new island.
Miracle!
Such as clues about the future foundation.
Huh?
Such as parts that may be useful for making a ship.
You serious?
Are you for real?
News!
And also your student profiles from your time at Hope Speak Academy.
Huh?
So,
Do your best to explore. Take care.
Hey.
What should we do?
You know, right?
Our only option is to go, obviously. We might be able to go home if we have ship parts.
Yep.
I plan to go too. If there are clues about the future foundation, we need to make sure we see them.
Hajime,
What about you, Hajime? Of course you're going, right? If you look at your student profile, you might be able to find out what your shining talent is. It's a chance for you to clear any suspicions, right? What suspicions? I don't think anyone here doubts me.
what?
Ah, I see. But if there's a clue about my talent, I want to know what it is. The reason Hope Speak Academy chose me, the talent I possess, these things matter to me. There's no way I'm not worried about it. It seems you've all prepared yourselves for the worst.
I'm starting to get pumped up!
That means we're gonna go, right? If everyone is going, I shall accompany you as well. But there's also a possibility that Monokuma set a trap. We should be careful where we step. I can't stop thinking about that ancient ruin that might hold clues about the future foundation. But we should start exploring the new island. Okay, finally! I can end this right here. So, thank you for liking if you liked. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. Thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys. See ya!
You